Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another episode of QRC, and today we are going to go over the SR-30 CQB Mod 2 by Knights Armament. And before we do, let's go ahead and give a shout out to our video sponsor for this video, Knights Armco. So if you guys are looking for anything on the tier 1 scale of ARs, go ahead and check out Knights Armament. I could say a ton of things about them, but trust me, you guys already know who they are. It's no secret. They're a household name. Check out Knights Armament on their Instagram or their website at knightsarmco.com. And let's get into this. So this SR-30 specifically is a unique one. This one is a 8 1/4 inch barrel as opposed to the 9 1/2 inch barrel. The background on this one is a little bit gray. I've got some information on it, but not a ton. So this one was actually done for a contract solicitation that, to my knowledge, didn't go through. I was approached on this, and they said, "Hey, you know, we see that you're already testing some stuff out from us, and do you think this would help you have the ability to shoot and train and everything else?" Sure, send it on out. Since then, I have put a good amount of rounds to this. It definitely helps me out a lot just because of my issues with my arm and everything else with the weight. 300 Blackout is just one of those things that I'm never fully into, but this system definitely changed my opinion a lot on it. So let's talk about that a little bit more. I have a Rail Scales knuckle duster in the front here, as you can see. And as you can also see, this is a 3 M-LOK slot rail for this on the URX, and this is factory done. So for people that say it's fake, it's definitely not fake. But that is the best way to show that this is definitely a shorter barreled version. I run the Knights flash hider on the front. I ran the MAMs on this a few times. It was really nice, but for now I'm running the flash hider. I have the Knights backup iron sights that I run facing forward. That way, if I ever need them, I can flick them back and up and then just run my thumb down if I need to put them back down. It's a little bit easier for me. This one's loose from shooting, so if anybody says that in the comments, go ahead and give me shit. It just got loose, so I run an aimpoint acro on this on top of a Reptilia mount and a Scalar Works riser. This is the lightest setup I can find for a dot, and I like the 3.5 MOA dot. I'm running an HRF magwell, HRF mag, Reptilia grip. I have Badger Ordnance charging handle, a Law tactical folder. I like folding my stuff when I'm not using it and for storage, but also it gives me a little bit length to pull. A little bit more length to pull, and it also balances the gun out as far as weight, so all the weight isn't just chilling in the front, it's also a little bit in the back, so it helps me a lot with being able to maintain this and kind of keep it up and doing all this LARPing that I do. So I've compared a few 300 Blackout setups. I've shot the Honey Badger, I've shot Noveski, Ghetto Blasters, MCXs, the Spear 9 inch, the Rattler and the 5 1/2, and a Rattler with a 6 3/4 inch barrel. Out of all those, I would honestly say that this is probably the nicest and best 300 Blackout setup I've shot. And I'm going to be honest, like I said, I don't love 300 Blackout. We even tested an LMT a few months back, and that was it was great. It was a great gun. But 300 Blackout's just kind of either I love it or I don't. I like this one. This one honestly feels, the recoil impulse on this is very comparable to, like, I don't know, a lightly loaded AK-47 round, like a 7.62 39. It's very gentle for what it is. And then if you add a MAMS, it gets even more gentle. It's a great setup. My only issue is every time I grab a 300 Blackout and they're super light, I LARP around the house and I feel great, and then I add a loaded mag when I go to the range, and it completely throws things off. So that's a me problem, not a you problem. But, you know, and the other unfortunate thing is, even with me running 300 Blackout, I don't get to take fully advantage of the round because I can't run a suppressor and subs. It just gets even heavier for me. But my issues with running 300 Blackout with a suppressor and subs is not the same issue that you have. So if you guys happen to have some 300 Blackout, some subs in a can, go have a field day, baby. You're doing something that I can't do, and make sure you post a video so I can live vicariously. On to the next thing before I start feeling bad for myself. What are the chances of you guys seeing these? I'm going to be honest, I've asked how many of these are out there in the wild, and my answer was, I don't think there are too many, if any. So I think this might be the only one. So if you guys happen to come across any others out there in this configuration, I would jump on them, because we're talking moon rock rare at that point. And it's definitely a collector's item for Knights. I've pushed it quite a bit. Like I said, I haven't ran it suppressed or anything else, but it's ran impeccable the whole time. I would talk about accuracy and everything else with these, but if I'm completely honest, I've never seen any accuracy issues with this, but we're also shooting it at pretty close ranges. That's the whole point, is for me to be able to run stuff very close. I've never had any issues, hasn't had any bad groupings or anything like that, but I'll be honest, I'm probably not the best person to ask about those things because I am still shooting with one arm, and while I'm pretty accurate and can hold some pretty good groups, you probably don't want me doing the accuracy testing. Just going to keep that honest with you guys, you know. If there's some critiques, I will say, one thing I don't like about the two favorite rifle lowers that I do have for ARs is they kind of have similar approaches to their left side mag release. It was the same issue I had with the LMT, the Knights one. When I'm hitting that is a very small contact surface to get into, and there's fencing all around it. I understand that was kind of more or less, it feels like it was more or less built for a right-handed shooter when they're coming up. Just hit the mag button with your thumb. That kind of sucks. It doesn't leave me out, but it's just kind of, you got to be real deliberate with that push on there. And one other thing that I would like to point out as well is that on this side, this is not a bolt hold open bolt release. This is just a bolt release. I'm pretty sure there's going to be things that are going to be updated on the KS1 line, but I don't have one on hand yet to be able to speak about that. So who knows? But also, doesn't really matter too much because I'm a lefty, so I can't reach it anyways, actually. No, I can't. So there we go. We debunked that theory. So that wraps everything up for you guys today. There's not a real massive amount of stuff I can say about this. I mean, once you start talking about 300 blackout, at least for me, you know, they're all very similar, very close to each other. Just minor differences. For this being a DI gun, it runs very smooth. It runs amazing. It's a great gun to go with, and to be honest, for everything that you would want your applications to serve you in 300 blackout, I'm more into having shorter 300 blackouts than longer ones, especially if you're gonna run them suppressed. I mean, their whole point is to run subs, so you don't really need too much to get those things spinning. But this gun has ran outstanding. I've only ran it through supers, but if I ever do get the chance to run this suppressed, I will do an updated video so that you guys can see that. Like I said, if you guys happen to come across an SR-30 of any variant, I would jump on them. They're getting excessively rare, and they will not be making this. And before anyone asks in the comments, yes, I have asked, they will not be making this variant. You will probably never see this get released at all. So if you happen to see something in an 8 1/4 inch barrel, I would probably jump on it. As noted before, if you see 3 M-LOK slots on there, wouldn't ask the guy to haggle the price, I would just take it. All right, guys, that is about everything I can think of telling you guys about this unicorn piece from Knights Armament. If you guys live in the local area, make sure you guys stop by Spartan Arms, Las Vegas. It is on North Decatur. It is right down the road from the Clark County Shooting Center, and they have some of the best prices you guys can think of on ammunition and accessories. Go ahead and check out Spartan Arms at their Instagram as well. And I will see you guys next time on QRC.